Meet the 9 industry experts who would be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikba, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Davisi, Iyanu Olua Ileson, and the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside.
All right, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. This is the day 3 and the final day of the Millionaire Student Summit. We've had an amazing time. Personally, I have learned a lot, such that I wish I was still an undergraduate. Pardon me, I would have implemented all I have learned here. But nonetheless, even though I'm not an undergraduate, I've started thinking about ways I can put into practice all I have learned during the summit so far. So I'll be bringing on our speaker for tonight, our first speaker for tonight. He is someone I love so much, someone I admire. You all know him. He's one of those you can call cover gods. Like, he's amazing. So, Sir David Adeboye, you are welcome. You're welcome. A round of applause for him. Oh. Sir David. Welcome. Good to have you here. So I want to say
Good
thank
evening.
you. Good evening, welcome. You're looking very nice this evening. What's happening?
It's the cool weather that is causing it.
Oh wow, I can see your background is looking very, very nice. Like, I love the scene. So welcome. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. I'll be bringing in our moderator for tonight's session. Then I'll let both of you do your thing. And then, that being said, let's invite our moderator, Ma'am
All
Favor
right, no
Joseph,
problem.
mindset engineer. Where are thou? Where are thou? All right. So good to have you both here. So Favor will be anchoring the session, should be moderating the session, while Sir David will be the speaker. So guys, I'll be taking my bow now. All right. So we both should do your thing. Bye.
Good evening, everybody. I'm super excited. Today is the last day of this event, and there's this popular quote that says, "The sweetest part of the food is the bottom part of the food." So this evening stroke night, we have array of really amazing speakers. Like, I really can't wait to gain from their wealth of knowledge and experiences. So do well to take notes, do well to write out actionable steps, because it's not just about getting knowledge, right? You need to be able to implement them. Yeah. So as you take note of them, don't just shout rema, and carry the device and go. No. Hey, be thinking out actionable steps that you're going to put in place immediately. So, Mr. David, I'm super excited to have you here. I think this is the first time, if I'm not mistaken. but I've seen you around, like on space, and I'm glad having you right here with me. So today, what are you going to share with us today?
Thank you, Miss Favor. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, everyone, for having me today. Thank you to Mr. Innocent for bringing me here. Don't mind my environment. It's a mix.
You're very welcome. It's our pleasure.
There's no light currently, and my ring light works with only light, so that's why I'm sitting down outside. All right. So basically, this summit is the Millionaire Student Summit, and I'm just going to be sharing stuff with us that can help you scale your income even as a student. That can help you scale your income from 0 to 6 or 7 figures even as a student. Now, I'll also be sharing from experiences how you can not just make money, but how you can also help yourself to keep the money, because to make money is not very easy, but to spend it is very, very, very easy. You can use about 30 days to
That
gather
is very good.
can use 30 days to gather 1 million, and in 2 days it's gone.
One day,
Everything is
2 days
just
is
gone. So we'll be talking about the strategies you
magic.
can use as a student. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Please, can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you.
All
I
right,
can hear
all
you.
right, good. So beautiful. We'll be talking about strategies you can use to earn as a student. We'll talk about mistakes you should not make while you are earning, and then we'll talk about steps to take so that you can scale up your income faster. All right. So now, gone are the days when
Okay.
they ask you what do you do, and you say that I'm a student. You just say I'm a student
Uh,
alone, and that's all. Gone are those days
uh,
when you just tell people that you are a student, and in fact, most of the people making waves now in the digital space, you see most of them are undergraduate. Most of them are undergraduates or people who just left school. Now, what is this telling you? That a lot of persons
so
are
are
leveraging
you?
digital
I'll love
space.
to ask
A lot of
you.
persons are leveraging on the internet to create wealth for themselves. Right now, the first thing you want to take note to start building wealth is to ask yourself, search inwardly, what can I do? Now, most of the time, people say that coaches tell you to go and get a skill. Yeah, they are not wrong. They are not wrong to tell you to get a skill, but most of the time, I usually tell my guys, my students, my mentees that search inwardly first of all. What can you do? Ask yourself, what can I do? That's the first question before you go and start learning any skill. The first question is what can you do? To some persons, they know how to write excellently well. Some persons know how to speak. Some persons know how to dance. Some persons know how to sing. Some persons they can cook anything cookable. Now, that first thing, that talent, that thing inbuilt that God gave to you first is the first source of how you can make money. How you can make money. That thing that God gave to you first of all is the first source of you making money. So now you want to search inwardly. If I can sing, I want to hone my talent in such a way that I can sing and people will pay me. If I can write, I want to hone my talent, my writing talent in such a way that I will write and people will pay me. Okay. So now when you search inwardly and ask yourself, what can I do with ease that other people struggle to do? What will I do easily that even if you wake me up in the night, I will do it easily and others will struggle to do? Now, when you get that, you now want to ask yourself, do I need to learn more on this thing? Do I need to go further by learning this thing? Do I need to um, learn how to market and stuff like that? So let's take, for example, someone who knows how to sing. You know how to sing excellently well, but they only know you in your church. They only know you in your church that you're a good singer. Now, one of the things you want to do is you start leveraging on YouTube, on Facebook. You start singing, you record, even if it's 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes of you singing, and you are putting it online. You are learning how to create content and so many other things associated with it. So by doing that, people start inviting you. Today they invite you, they give you 5,000. Tomorrow they invite you, they give you 20,000. Next tomorrow they give you 30,000. And that, by doing that, you're already building income for yourself. Now that is talent. That is talent. I'm talking about what God has deposited in us. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has something that God has deposited in them. Now we just need to search inwardly. We need to search ourselves. We need to search into our deepest part to actually get that stuff or those stuff. Now, talent separate. Now let's talk about skills. Now there are so many skills that can help you scale your income faster. There are so many skills that can help scale your income faster. Now, there are low income skills and then there are high income skills. If you want to scale your income faster, you want to learn high income skills. There are so many high income skills. I will not bore you with those details. You can go on Google and search for high income here. So we have technical writing, we have programming, we have product design, we have copywriting, digital marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, and the likes. In fact, people who are making money now, people who know how to run Facebook ads, Google ads, people who are copywriters, and so on and so forth. So you want to go to Google and search for all these high income skills. Look at the one that you feel interests you and then pick one out of it. And when I say you should pick one out of it, I'm not saying that other skills will be useless. Because when you pick one out of these skills, you realize that you learning that skills will come, you being good at that skill will be as a result of all these other skills you've accumulated over time. So you want to pick copywriting, pick copywriting. Now, when you pick copywriting, the first thing you do is not to go and buy a course. That's why most people buy courses and then they don't finish up because they lose interest along the way. So let's say, for example, you say, as a student, I want to be a copywriter. The first thing is not to go and buy people's course. Now, what I usually recommend people is go on Google, first of all, make research about copywriting. When you make research about copywriting, you now begin to realize that there are several aspects to copywriting. There are several parts of copywriting. There are several niches in copywriting. So you've done that research already. Then you ask yourself, what niche do I want to go? Is it the health niche? Is it sports? Is it sales and marketing? Now you've decided that. The next thing you want to do is to go to YouTube. When you go to YouTube, just type copywriting. When you type copywriting, the first 5 to 10 videos that pops up, watch all those videos. By the time you are done watching those videos, you will now be able to determine maybe you want to continue with this course or not. By the time you are done watching those videos, you will be knowledgeable. So that when you go and register for a course and the tutor is now bamboozling people, you will know that no. I've actually learned this thing. This is not what this person is supposed to say. This person is not teaching me right. Okay, so you need to just follow step I. You've picked a skill, go on Google, make your research. After doing your research, go on YouTube, search for what you want to learn, pick the first 10 videos, watch them, and knowledge. Then you can now go and get a mentor. You can now go and get someone who can teach you. You can now get someone who can put you through. Now, don't ever jump into learning a skill without having a knowledge of that skill. Don't ever jump into a skill without having a knowledge, first of all, of that skill. Now you've learned a skill. How will you make money out of this skill? Right? You've learned this skill. You've learned copywriting. Now I'm just using copywriting as an example. You can learn graphic design. You can learn whatsoever it is that you want to learn. So you've learned these things already. You've learned it already. Now the question is, how will I make money from it? How will I scale my income? How will I start making money from it? Now the first thing when you learn a skill is not to make money. Is not to make money. The first thing you want to talk about is the fact that the first thing you want to talk about is the fact that first thing you want to talk about is the fact that you can what's it called now? You can please pardon me, there was a slight distraction. Now what you want to start thinking is how to be a person of value, how to be a person of value, how you want to make use of your social media, how you want to make use of your social media. So you You are learning copywriting. You don't just come and say you want to start writing copies for people, or you want to start teaching people how to write copies, or you want to do this or that. Now, people need to see your process. People need to see your process. People need to learn. People need to trust your process. So, what's your process like? So, you registered for a course today. You are telling people, you are updating people. As you are writing, as you are getting progress, you are updating people on your social media. You are interacting with other copywriters. You are interacting with community of copywriters and stuff like that. And so, by the time you have been consistent enough, by the time you have been consistent enough, someone reaches out to you and say, please, I want you to write a copy for this product. Please, I want you to write a copy for this service. Please, I want you to write a copy for this. Now, because they've seen you over time, you've been consistent over time. So one of the things you want to note in today's session is that to be consistent, to start earning even as a student. I know it's not easy. I have a lot of friends who are students who are currently earning from what they do. So you need to be consistent, first of all. That consistency is key. You need to be consistent at what you do. All right. Now, the next thing you want to do to start earning is that you sell products. Now, remember I said that when you are consistent at something, you are practicing it already. And as you are practicing it, you are getting better. Now, there's no way you want to make money if you are not offering a product, if you're not offering a service to people in exchange of money. Okay. So you cannot just wake up and say, I'm a student, I want to make money, come and give me your money. Nobody's going to answer you. Right? Nobody's going to answer you. So now what you want to do is that you have been able to show people your consistency. You have been able to show people that you are good at what you do. Now the next is you want to look for a product to sell. What product can you sell? What product can you put up to sell? So it could be a course, it could be a webinar, it could be an ebook, it could be a video course, it could be a YouTube live like this. Something that people can pay for your knowledge. Something that people can pay for your knowledge. Now, people are not just going to pay you because you call yourself whatsoever. People are going to pay you because you are knowledgeable, number one. People are going to pay you because they've seen your track record, number two. People are going to pay you because they know that they can trust you. So as you are aiming to, start scaling up as a student, you also want to consider the KLT factor, the know, the like, and the trust factor. Let people know you. Let people like you. Let them trust you also, so they know you, they like you, and they trust you to an extent that they can now give you their money for them to. They can give you their money they can give you their money for them to get access to your product. Okay, so you need to sell.
So I think we lost him. We can't hear him any longer. So are you still here?
Yes, I'm here. I think network happened to him. Nigerian network happened to him.
Sure. Network. Okay, so let's talk a little on what he said before he comes up on stage. Before he comes back on stage. So he spoke about a whole lot and spoke about looking inwards. Yeah. So there's this book I read. The book was divided into two sections. The first part of the book is looking inward. The second part of the book is looking outward. So you have to first start with looking inside. So many persons start outside, but it's actually an inside game. Look for what you have inside that you could use as a talent, as a skill. Yeah, you could turn your you could refine your gifts to a skill. So, for instance, you might have the gift of writing, but you can refine it to content writing. You can refine it to story writing. You can refine it to copywriting and any other sort of writing. Do you understand? So, but you have to first know what it is inside before you could monetize it. And so many persons have so many things they could do, and they don't even know to start with that they could do something like that, right? So give yourself an opportunity, dare something, and you'll be shocked to see that you could thrive, you could survive in that kind of environment, you could reproduce, yeah, you could earn from such a skill you have inside. He talked about looking outside. Now, there's one thing he said that really caught my attention, and that's he said no, okay, there are two things actually. So the first thing was that he said he should pick his skill. Now, picking one doesn't mean others are not good, as he said. Doesn't mean others are not good. But there's this thing that has, when your work mounts up. So for instance, okay, let me be realistic. Today, I and my brother were discussing about businesses, and he said he doesn't like the idea of people jumping from one business to another. Today you're here, tomorrow you're here. I mean, real life business is not really an online person, so he's dealing on real life businesses. So we're talking about, you know, real life businesses. So he said that it's better you stay at a particular place. Over time, it's going to mount up. When your track record mounts up, that's when the real money will come in.
I continue.
Right. So try your best to. Hello, what did you say, sir?
Yeah, I said I'm backstage. Can I
So
continue?
try
Like
your
I'm
best.
here. I don't know if I'm live already.
Okay, yes, you're live, but we can't see you.
Hi, I'm
Okay,
here.
yeah. So continue. I was just trying to, speak about and emphasize some things you said. I'm glad you're back. So pick up the stage. Don't really stop.
Hello. Is anybody with me?
Yes, you're live. You're live.
Nigeria is still showing us.
Sir David, you're live. Please continue.
I was aside the fact that you are consistent, you are giving value, organization, you just end up being broke. So you need to look.
So your mic is muted. I don't know that you're aware.
Just look for 3 platforms where you can use to start selling your product. As you are sharing value, you also want to be selling your product by the side. Is broke, okay? So you want to start look for something in your community, in your environment as a student. Look for something you can do. You are a makeup artist now, so that it's not be like we're only talking about skills. You are a makeup artist. Go out on Saturdays. Look for photographer, taking pictures of your friend. Why not take pictures and give it to your student at 250, 300? Now you're going to be making more sales than others. You're going to be making more sales than others. Okay. So there's something on campus. People want to do something. Don't just sit there and expect that the money is going to come and meet you. Look for a way where or how you can leverage on what has in your department, your faculty, and the likes. Okay. So look for a way. While I was in school, there was someone who helps to do assignments, and then the person will collect money from some of us. There's someone who, when they say bring toad, bring for you, and then pay the person. Now these were money making ideas for that person already. So look at the way whereby you can bridge the gap between a problem and cause solution for people. When you start off, so when you notice a problem, you offer a solution. Able to come on board. I want to quickly talk about the things you should avoid. Earlier, I said that making money is not easy, but losing it or spending it is very, very easy. Now, Innocent, I shared some of my experiences with Innocent. I think that was last year. During while I completed my service year, the first time I would lose money was through forex. Okay, I did not have an understanding of forex. I just put my money and put it into forex, and the way I put it, that's the way it went. So, number one mistake you should not make is do not invest in something without investing in the knowledge of that thing first. I don't know if you understand. For example, if they say come and put money in cryptocurrency, don't put money in cryptocurrency first. Put money in buying courses that will teach you cryptocurrency. Put money in buying books that will teach you about cryptocurrency. So when you have a knowledge about that thing, you can now invest in cryptocurrency. So do not make the mistake of investing in knowledge of. Do not If you do not have a knowledge of something, do not invest in it. In 2020, now in 2021, just last year, a lot of investment platforms crashed, and one way or the other, we're there too. Now, do not invest because people are hyping the investment. Do not invest because people are hyping it. Invest because you have made your research and then you are convinced enough. Yes, mistakes can happen, despite the fact that you've made your research. Everything looks good on the paper, but then do not be too quick to invest. Now, there are so many things you can invest your money in. You can invest in real estate, you can invest in crypto, you can invest in automobile, you can invest in food business and the likes. Okay. But then I'm not in the best place to advise you on what to invest in. Okay. I'm not in the best. I just ask you to do your own research personally. Do your research, ensure that you are convinced enough so that even while you are making money, you will not just be losing it. And that mistake you should not do is that you should not try to please everybody. Now, because you're starting to make money, a lot of requests will start coming in. People will start asking you for money, your siblings, your family members. I'm not saying you shouldn't do for them. Everybody, friends, you need to have a gauge. You'll be able to help people. So they will not run you dry. They will not run you down. Okay. So have a gauge on helping people. And that mistake you should not make is don't spend on unnecessary things. Don't spend to impress people. Now it's common with students. Yeah, someone bought an iPhone 5. You too want to buy an iPhone 6. Someone buys an iPhone 12. You want to buy an iPhone 13. Will you come down from that car? Someone buys a Corolla Sport and you want to buy a Lexus Jeep. So don't compete with people. Don't compete with people who are eating their harvest. You are just sowing. You are just sowing and you want to start eating your seed are eating their harvest already. So don't compete with people who are eating their harvest. Don't eat your seed in the process. So as you're making money, be very careful not to buy unnecessary things. Then things you should do to help you sustain your money, invest in knowledge. The knowledge of what you know yesterday might become obsolete today. So invest in more knowledge, invest in knowledge, invest in communities, invest in people, have good personal relationship. Because if you don't have relationship, point where you will need help, and help might not be. I think he has done a video now. All debts are not bad. All debts are not bad. Yes, all debts are not bad. But you need to understand between good debts and bad debts. You need to understand between good debts and bad debts. You need to understand between the debts that will run you down and the debts that can actually help you. Right? So these are some of the things you can do that will help you scale your income faster. So as a quick recap, as a student, what you want to do is first of all set yourself what can you do that others cannot do. It can be singing, it can be dancing, it can be writing, it can be anything. Just search for it, search inwardly, and then when you search inwardly, look at ways by which you can monetize that thing. It can be by teaching people, it can be by selling courses, it can be by coming live, it can be by speech, but just find a way whereby you can monetize it. And then secondly, you need to start looking at ways of learning high income skills. I mentioned copywriting, graphic design, product design, Facebook ads, Google ads, and the likes, technical writing, all these things, support system, virtual assistant. Look for ways whereby you can learn one or two out of these high income skills. And then when you learn it, start offering your services to people, start offering your services to business, start offering your services to people and business, and then sell products. Sell. Don't allow anybody to talk down on you. Sell shamelessly, market shamelessly, irrespective of what you are doing. Market and sell shamelessly. Mistakes, do not make mistake of investing where you do not have a knowledge of what you want to invest in. Do not make that mistake, okay? So invest in something that you have a knowledge of. Do not invest because people are hyping. Do not invest because people are hyping the investment, okay? Before you could even think about it. So do not make that mistake. Do not make money to show off. Yes, I'm here. That girl that I toasted that day that should not agree. I want to go and show her paper now. No, don't do that. Don't do that. All right. And then learn to save. Learn to save. Learn to save. A friend taught me of this saving principle I'm going to share with you. So he taught me the 30, 10. So you save 30%, your tithe 10%. I know somebody who saves 40%, tithe 10%, and then he shares the 50% into several angles for feeding, for helping people, for buying courses and the likes. So learn how to budget your income. Learn how to budget your income, and then learn how to save. Finally, I'm just going to stop here for today. So, do we have questions?
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Like I learned a lot tonight, and one thing I really picked out, like you said, that strikes me differently was invest in the knowledge, invest in the knowledge of what you want to invest in. It's differently. So like I was jotting some stuff down. Invest in the knowledge of what you want to invest in. Like instead of rushing first to make the investment, try to understand it. Yeah, and this is a really good one. I've also heard about that, but I think it's still sunk differently this time around. So, um, so innocent, please, are you here? If there's anybody who has questions, you could take up this opportunity and ask your questions. Yeah, and okay, let me ask about this. Now, you mentioned that we should invest in knowledge, people, and community, right? So, can you emphasize more on communities? What's the difference between people and communities? What's different? And why do you think we should invest in communities? Like, this is not a usual one. Yeah, I've heard about it, but I would love you to help us explain to our audience better. Can you hear me? Hello, sir. Did you hear the question I asked you?
I didn't get you. Was that a
That was the
question?
question. I said you said we should invest in knowledge, people, and communities. What's the difference between people and communities? What's the difference between people and communities, and why should we invest in communities? Did you get it? Did you get my question? I don't know whether you can still hear me.
Your question.
Favor, could you ask your question again?
Okay. I said, he said we should invest in knowledge, people, and communities. What's the difference between people and communities, and why should we invest in communities? Because this is not the usual advice.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I think I get your
knowledge.
question. Yeah, I get your question. Invest in people, invest in community. Now, a community is something like this. What Innocent is doing. Innocent Facebook groups, the Money Academy, something like Esther's group, community, people grow. We are organizing live events, webinars, you're organizing stuffs. People are growing, people are learning, and then it will be easy for you to now say, I want to bring the product and sell to them. People will easily buy that product because you built trust. Now that's investing in communities.
Okay.
It's still also the same thing, almost the same thing. When I say invest in people can also mean investing in a community. Investing in people can also mean teaching people maybe on your own timeline, not a community now, not a group. Investing in people can be helping somebody to achieve a result. So someone comes to meet you and you help the person go from point A to point B. So that's just what I'm clear.
Okay, so if I get you, people are like your friends, your followers that are on Facebook, on IG, giving them content,
Yes.
trying to get into their circle. Then communities are like Facebook communities.
That's what I mean.
Some paid communities. There are some WhatsApp groups that are paid or monthly subscription. Okay. Yeah, I now get. Thank you so much. It's amazing having you, and you know, I really enjoyed your section. I took note of a good number of things, and I can't wait to begin to implement them. It's great having you here. Thank you so much. So, guys, we're going to be going over to the next speaker right now. Yeah, we're going to be going over to the next speaker. So, Innocent, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here, and the next speaker is actually waiting. She's waiting for us to get her on board. Sir David, thank you so much for taking our time to be here. We'll be taking a very short break. We'll roll out the song, and then once we come back, we'll be inviting our next speaker here. Excuse me.
Okay, amazing. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We're having the Smilepreneur right here on stage. I'm super excited to host her here. Like, I can't wait to.
Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how to make your first million even as a student. Meet the 9 industry experts who would be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikpa, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. and the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Adebisi, Iyanu Olua Ileson, and the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July, and the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside.
All right, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We're live once again. We just finished the first session, and this is the second session with the ever bubbling Smartpreneur. Smartpreneur, you're welcome. Great to have you here.
Good evening, Innocent. Good evening, Favor.
Great to
Hello,
have
ma'am.
you here.
It's amazing.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Yes,
Can. All right, so I'll be going backstage and I'll let you to do your thing. Welcome.
welcome, ma'am.
Favor,
It's
how you doing
amazing
now?
having you here.
You said?
I'm doing very well. I said it's amazing having you here. Could you hear me?
Can you speak up a
Can you
bit?
hear me? Can you hear
I'm
me?
straining my ears. Can you speak up a bit?
I said, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, amazing. So I said it's amazing having you here. Like that smiley emoji there is giving me some vibes already on your t-shirt, on your shirt you're wearing. So without hesitation, let's begin. So what are you going to be teaching us today? Let's get some things and get our minds ready. What are you going to be
Is that you
teaching us
talk
today?
calmly? I'm straining my ears to hear you. You're talking like a queen.
What? Obviously, that's what I am. So I said, what are you going to be teaching us today?
I
Can
did
you
not
hear
prepare
me?
my notes. Yeah, I can.
Let me know whether the problem is on my end.
Can you hear me
Okay, I
clearly?
said,
Okay, let me just ask the audience that are listening to us. All right, guys. Good evening, everybody. If you can hear me and see me clearly, let me know in the comment section. Let's just confirm from the comment section. So, guys, if you can hear me this evening, let me know in the comment section. I'll be reading it. I'll be checking it out rather. How many persons do we have live this evening? I can't see it from my end. How many persons are live this evening?
my end. So I know says could see it. Please, could you help us check? Okay. I don't know. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can.
As in clearly, right now, can you hear me clearly? Okay, so I said I would love you to give us a glimpse of what you'll be teaching us about. Like, just tell us what will you be teaching us about so we could anticipate, like an outline, something like that.
Okay, according to the topic that was given to me, or rather according to the theme of this conference, which is actually directed to undergraduate, basically students, right? So the theme is how they can make money even as an undergraduate, how they can make their six figures and all of that, even as an undergraduate. So this evening, I'm just going to be talking about the how. Okay, the truth is this: I did not actually start making money as an undergraduate because I was not exposed, right? I was not. That's why I do tell undergraduates right now, students, that they are very, very lucky. Like they are very, very lucky. I was an undergraduate, then it was, yeah, there was
Look,
digital skills. Digital skills were there, but like whenever this campaign was not there, like nobody knew about it, right? So I'm going to be sharing my personal story this evening as an undergraduate. But what should I call my topic right now? I don't have a topic, oh, so they should just flow with me. I sure people are
anyhow,
live with all this. Nobody's dropping anything in the comment section.
let me check. So I was saying, please, can
Nobody's
you hear
dropping
me?
anything in the comment section. Okay,
Yes,
no
I'm here.
problem. Maybe they are waiting.
Maybe they are shy to comment. They are looking at your smiling faces.
Share this smiling face to give them money. Okay, let's just continue because my time is fast spent and I have another meeting there 8 o'clock. So let me just quickly go ahead. I believe they will check out the recordings later, except Innocent want to sell it like I did with mine. Okay. However, so the topic is how they can make their six figures as an undergraduate. So, like I was saying, back then as an undergraduate, I was not really opened. I was not exposed to the digital world, right? I was not exposed to the things the digital space can offer somebody as an undergraduate, right? So I just lived this life in school from my hostel down to my lecture
Mhm.
theater, down to my campus fellowship, and back to the hostel. Obviously, we're in school to learn, right? So we had this toxic mindset. It's either book or not. Last, someone did not still graduate with first class. And currently, somebody is not working with certificate. But nevertheless, school is not a scam, right? Don't get me wrong. It can actually expose you, change your mindset, make you meet people, and all of that. So, guys, if you're listening to me this evening and you're an undergrad, pay attention to your studies, okay? That's the first reason why you're in school, right? That's the first reason why you're in school. It will make you stand out also. When your mates are talking, you'll be intelligent to also speak. So, but basically, the thing is this: when it comes to making money as an undergraduate, right? I don't just want you to focus on the aspects of making your first six figure because sometimes it's very easy, trust me, to hit that first six figure. It's not difficult most times, but that's not the aim. The aim of making money online is not to hit 1 million and chill. So the first thing I'll be addressing this evening is how to make becomes easy when you have a strong why. People that know me a lot, they know I preach it a lot, right? They know I preach it a lot. So when it comes to making money in the online space, generally, either you are a student or not, when it comes to making money generally, the first thing you must address is your why. And that's where the question will come in. Why do you want to make money from the online space? Some of you right now listening to me, that the recordings of this live session, if they ask you such a question right now and you want to sincerely answer that question, you will discover that you don't even know. You just want to join the crowd of let's make this money together, let's see our offers, let's just be doing everything together, right? That's how you will struggle because you don't have a strong why. Do you understand? Selling is war. Selling is war. Making money online it's not as easy as you think. So before you start penetrating into the market, or if you're in the market currently, before you start dominating, before you start getting results, you must have a strong why. That's what will keep you going as a student. right? That's what will keep you going. So in cases where the money is not coming as expected, you are not giving up, you are not jumping from one skill to another, you're not jumping from one coach to another, but because you have a strong why. So that's the first thing you must tackle this evening. Ask yourself in your heart of hearts, why do I want to make money online? Why do I want to make money from the online space? This thing I'm doing right now, why do I want to make money from it? So that's the first question you need to ask yourself. So that when things are not playing out as expected, you will not be tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine rather. Do you understand? So the first thing you must tackle this evening is, why are you in the digital space to make money as a student? Or why do you want to make? How to make is not necessarily the issue first. You must settle the why, the big why, right? So because of our time this evening, these other points cannot be overemphasized. Making money, the money will not fall from heaven. Yes, I believe in favor. God can bless you through a man. I believe in it too. I believe in miracles and everything. But one thing you must understand when it comes to how you can make your first six figure is that there must be something in your hand, right? So I'm sorry, but the scripture was saying something that God will bless the labor of your hands. Right, God does not, or rather, God is not an advocate for laziness. Let me put it like that. Yeah, even when God created when God created man, gave him work to do too. Placed him in the Garden of Eden and said, this is what you'll be doing. Gave him responsibility equally. So our God is not an irresponsible God. So even if you are believing God for favor of making your first million, there must be something in your end. That's what it will bless. That's what it will multiply, right? So you must have something in your hand. So now that you've settled the parts of why I'm not making money, the second thing is, what should be my end that will lead to me making that 6 figure, 7 figure as you progress in the online space. Do you understand? So the thing is, what is in your hand? What is in your hand, right? So you begin to ask yourself this evening, what skill do I have currently? What's that thing I can say right now, right, that will bring this money to me? What's that solution I can offer people right now that will make them give me that? We're talking about this money of it. The money is just an exchange of value, right? When you give somebody value, they give you money in return. That's how money is made. That's how money is collected. In anything you are doing at all, either you are doing a 9 to 5, you are a worker, you work. What are you doing there? You're offering your services to your employer, right? To your boss, anyone that employed you in the office or there, but you offer your service. In exchange, they pay you salary at the end of the month. Online equally, you package an offer in form of solution, sell it to people, they give you money in return. So when it comes to this money game, like you see this paper, right? This paper money like this, it's given to you in exchange for value. So that's the next thing you should begin to ask yourself. Sit down. What can I do right now? I can remember when during my NYC in Owerri, where I passed out 4 months back. During my NYC in Owerri, I sat down one day and I was like, God, I need money to get a laptop. I need money to get a laptop and everything. So I was thinking, how can I get this money? I don't want to touch my savings. Do you understand? So an idea came immediately, and I implemented. I put it into action, and I sold the solution to existing problems. The money I planned to, the amount for the laptop, I exceeded it. I got more than that. Do you understand? So sometimes when we are asking God for money, He gives us those money or that money in form of an idea. Right, like I said, I don't have any notes here. I'm not preparing notes or anything. Just flow with me and pick out your own lesson or pick out anything you should go and run with. Do you get me? So that's another thing that's very, very important when it comes to how you can start making money. So some people believe it's only skills they can start selling. You learn a skill, you start organizing classes. It's not bad, but if somebody not teach you, you may not be able to know, right? So classes are not equal. But one other thing you should start paying attention to is ideas. When ideas come, Meanwhile, ideas will not just come and give you money like that. When the ideas come, you put it into action, you implement it. That's what brings money in return. Do you understand? So I don't tell people every time that there are several things you can sell that will make you money. Skills is just one of them. We have ideas equally. Then we have experiences. As a student right now, some of you have experiences that can make you your first million, but it would not make you that money because you don't even know how to package and sell it. Now, during my NYC equally, when I passed out, God helping me, I discovered that I did a lot. In fact, my NYC has been one of my best years yet. Right? I know we have other amazing years, but for now it has been my best. Why? Because God helped me and we did a lot with the help of the Holy Spirit. We did a lot in personal development, in area of finances. In fact, that year was when I had my highest revenue so far. Right? In all way rounds, it was amazing. That was an amazing experience, right? So it would have been possible that after gathering all of those things, I'll just chill. Guess what I did, guys? Maybe you're following me right now on any of my social media platforms. You must have seen my NYC diary. What was I selling? My experience. Not one thing I read from an NYC book or what people taught me or something. It was my experience that was packaged inside that book. And guess what? This is 6 figures we are talking about. I made it from the sale of that book. I think I ran the campaign, the pre-order for 21 days or thereabouts, and I made 6 figures from it. People bought, like people going for NYC prospective core members, right? They bought because they want to see how I achieved these things I did and everything. Do you understand? So if I had scale in the sense that maybe run arts and maybe put more energy, there's every possibility that I would make a millionaire from it. There's every possibility. Do you understand? So how to make your first million or your first 6 figure, any amount as the case might be, it's also by packaging your experiences. The experiences that you know would be of help to somebody's journey. When I say package experience, I'm not saying that your bitter experience that did not yield anything, you want to sell it. Of what essence is it? Right? So make sure something that would contribute to someone else's journey, that would shorten their journey. Do you get? Package it and I sold it. I always sell my experience. I don't throw my experience in the trash. Right? I always sell it. And people will buy because they want to shorten their journey. Do you get? So I talked about experience. That's one of the ways on how you can do it. And like I told you, having that experience to sell is different from how to sell it. You must understand this different concept. You can put it in the form of an ebook like I did. If you're not the type that love writing, you can put it in form of an audio, right? Just talk. You can put it in form of a video, something like this. Talk to your camera, don't be shy. Put a damn camera before your face and talk. Package it. Do you understand? You get my point, right? Is anybody still following me this evening? Let me know in the comment section, please. Is anybody following me this evening? Let me know in the comment section. If you are following me this evening, let me see in the comment section. Have I been talking to myself? Is anybody here with me at all?
Yes, I'm here. I'm following.
Are people live with us this evening?
Yes, I don't know why folks are not responding. Like, I don't know why. Okay, Emmanuel just responded now.
Okay, no problem. Let me just continue because of my time. So these are several means on how you can get started. Do you understand? But another major thing you must also understand is that as a student, you know, you have your education there also to pay attention to. Yeah, so sometimes every time I just pray for strength for some of these undergraduates. Yeah, because sometimes the exam, except now that they are on on strike, as to strike and everything. So some of them are really paying attention right now to making money from the online space. Do you understand? So another important thing I must say is once you know that okay, these are several things you can package in a bit to making money, there's this other part of focus equally. Nowadays everybody is trying to, they say show up daily, do this. So everybody is putting out content. Sometimes I go on Facebook, I'm literally tired. I just log out. So I'll be like, I beg, people should carry your wallet and go. So there are so many contents in the online space, right? But the ones that don't know what they are doing, but the ones that know what they are doing. So you must be very, very careful. Okay, so you must be very, very careful. You must be very, very careful when it comes to making your money, so that you will not start consuming content that would, what's the word now, that would not be of help to you in your journey. Yeah, Ajoke, okay, right? So you must be very, very careful. And this will lead me to another point this evening is, who are those you are following consistently in the online space? Who are those you are following consistently in the online space? So if it's Twitter, you want to be consistent, make sure.
Sorry, continue. Sorry.
Okay, I said if it's Twitter to have your major stake, right? You want to be consistent there. That's the platform. You want to be consistent. Sorry about that, right? So you should start listing out some persons you want to follow. So I was just with a friend yesterday. I'm sorry, I had to sneeze. So I was listening to a friend yesterday, and I told him that if he goes to my Twitter right now, right, I have 5,000 plus followers. I don't know, I'm sneezing right now. A minute, please. So I was just I'm sorry for that. I had to sneeze. So I was just a friend that I have 5,000 plus followers on Twitter, right? 4,950 something. I said if you check my following, they are just, I think, 70 something, right? It's intentional. It's intentional. People I consume their content, I had to be intentional, right? So I said, go to my Twitter, you see it. I'm not following everybody. Everybody have their own path. There are some persons that are not followed, even though they are influential, right? So this is another thing you must begin to understand as an undergraduate. It might not really be connected to how you can make your first million online or something, but trust me, there's a way to contribute, because anything you see, anything you read begins to affect your mindset. You get anything you see daily, any content you begin to consume, either consciously or not, it begins to affect how you think. And when it comes to finances, financial mindsets, right, is very, very important. Financial intelligence is very important. Because trust me, you can make the first 1 million and you blow it. You won't even know it disappears. So making your first million is not even the first issue. You need to start addressing financial intelligence first. Right? Some of you right now, if 1 million hits your account right now, just you first of all faint, you wake up, then you start thinking of what to do. And because you are not prepared for it, you blow it up. You begin to buy unnecessary things to impress broke people. You understand? So these things are very, very important. So before they start teaching you how to make your first 1 million or something, you should begin to understand how to handle money when it comes like this. Anybody can make money. Any idiot, sorry. Anybody can make money online. If you make 20 naira is money, Abby. If you make 100 naira is money, Abby. Anybody can make money online. But the aspect I'm talking about this evening is financial intelligence. Are you able to manage this money? And are you able to multiply it equally? These things are very, very key. Trust me. They're very key. So that on the day you will handle, or once this money hits your account, you won't know what to do because you don't know anything about investments, don't know anything about savings, don't know anything about what is it called now? And some other things you should be doing with different percentage of your money. So you should begin to study some of these things. I could remember back then, before there was this master class, this financial master class I attended by Nathaniel Disu. I think I paid 40,000 there in Lagos. Program literally changed my life. It changed my financial mindset and everything. Before that time, I was making money, but I was not even knowing the money will come. I was selling offers, money, making money, but I don't know it's I don't know what I actually do. Let me put it like that. So after that meeting in Lagos in October, man, it was mind blowing. So these are some of the things you should be paying attention to, not just how to make money, how to make money, how to make money. That money will come and eat you someday. But if you're not financially intelligent, you discover that you'll be losing. You discover that you'll be losing. You discover that beggars will definitely be coming around. Oh, borrow me, and you'll be giving. Remember back then, that period, I created an offer. The money was coming, and on that that's why it's in dates. I can never lend that money, especially to undergraduates. If I just want to assist you with something, I'll give you something just to assist you when you're in need. But say, give me this, give me 50K first, 100K first, I will pay. I know not all undergraduates are the same, but me, I will never, right? Based on different experiences. I have one right now. My 40K is with him. He's an undergraduate. You understand? So he was about to write his exams, and the portal was about to close, the examination portal and everything. He reached out to me, and the money was coming, like I said. So I was not having separate accounts for expenses, for savings, and all of that. So everything was inside one account. If you're hearing me this evening, as an undergraduate trying to make your first million, you must start having separate accounts, right? The one that's called expense accounts, and the other one, do you get? I gave him the money. It was like by next month, he's a website designer. Then we create an offer and make sure he pays me back that month. Okay, so that was in September last year, and this what now? This July. You should be learning now. I'm teaching you some things that you should not even know literally in this conference, right? But for being live this evening, you're privileged. That was in what? September. This is what? July, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Guys, it's going to 1 year. I was not financially intelligent, right? Until after I attended that class a month later, man, I discovered that somebody's emergency is not your emergency. Do you understand? So these are several things you should equip yourself with in a bid to making your first million. God, trust me, you're not financially intelligent, that first million will come. And people will start coming to you. If you're the eldest or something, brother, want to pay for this, your mom will come, your dad will come. People will, before you know, that first 7 figure or whatsoever to finish. You understand? So these are several things you should begin to pay attention to. I've talked about you having something you earned for God to bless, talked about you selling your experiences, talked about you selling your ideas. Those are following, you are consuming content from financial content. You must be intentional about those things. You must be intentional about those things. So before I take 1 or 2 questions this evening, if you know you are really learning from this session, I know several speakers, they've spoken. I would want you to go to Twitter. I don't know if your conference is running on Twitter actually. You go to Twitter, those things you've learned, right? Make a tweet about them. Tag, I don't know if Innocent is on Twitter, but tag me, right? Some of the things you've learned from this my session this evening, tag me on Twitter, and I will retweet to my 5,000 audience, right? And might be lucky to get followers equally, but the goal is that people learn. Do you understand? The goal is that people learn from this session. So if you're on Twitter, you can go do that on Twitter. I think that's best on Twitter rather than Facebook. I might not repost on Facebook, right? So yeah, I think that's all. I've said so many things within this short period of time. Just pick your own and be good to run with it, right? What else? Can I see one or two questions in the comments before I leave? I'm on that meeting. Now there is only Olajide Emmanuel that is in this meeting this evening. There's only Emmanuel that is in this meeting this evening. Do I have any other question this evening? Do you have any question this evening before I go? Meanwhile, if you're an undergraduate here this evening and you don't have any skill currently and you'd love to learn copywriting, yes, I'm a copywriter. Obviously, I don't talk about it because maybe, I don't know. So in case you want to learn copywriting, you can reach out to me, right? I have special discounts for undergraduates because I love them so much. Reach out to me this evening. I'll give you a special discount into my copywriting kit academy. Okay. So since I don't have any question this evening, this session is cold. It's normal most times. Nevertheless, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Okay, on Facebook, Esther Devige, on Twitter, Smartpreneur, on Instagram, Smartpreneur, which other platform? On LinkedIn. Innocent, I think I'm done. I'm feeling sleepy. Innocent, are you there? Innocent is not even here with me. Is our moderator here with me also? People have abandoned me in this session. Is our moderator here with us this evening?
Oh,
Is Innocent
what
here?
did I miss? What did I miss, please? What did I miss? I got some individuals called me over the phone. I had to end the call abruptly so I can be back here.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh man, he's calling me again. I had to end the call. So thank you so much for this wonderful session. I personally learned a whole lot from these. Like, damn. Thank you so much, Esther. It was an honor having you join us here. Like, guys, please let's celebrate her. Leave follow her on Twitter. Do you have any offer or products you want to upsell to us? Do you have any? Yeah, it's
Okay,
stable.
okay, as an undergraduate, I have love for this set of persons and all because I was not really exposed at that point in my life. So, like I said, if you're interested in learning copywriting, I'm not forcing anybody. I'm not using persuasive words on you this evening. It's not necessary. If you're interested in learning a digital skill called copywriting, reach out to me after this session, right? I'll give you a special discount. Unlike the 7,000 others are paying, I'll give you a special premium discount. Okay, so I think that's all from my end right now. I have to catch up. Thank you guys for following. Make sure you implement. Yeah. Good night.
Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how to make your first million even as a student. Meet the 9 industry experts who would be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikpa, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Adebisi, Iyanu Olua Ileson. And the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside.
Good evening, everyone. We have the Fiverr Lord with us tonight. Oh my God. Fiverr Lord, good evening,
Thank
good
you,
evening,
bro.
good evening. Great to
Good
have
evening,
you in
brother.
our midst. I'm super pumped
Thank
right
you, brother.
now. Oh my God. Amazing, amazing. Good to have you here. Good to have you. So, this is what I'm going to do. I don't want to spend too much time here. I'll just bow, go out of stage, and then let you do your thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. You guys are all welcome to tonight's session. Okay. It's actually a very rare privilege given to me by my brother, Mr. Innocent. You're welcome, Ajoke. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Innocent, for bringing me on stage tonight. I'm so grateful, bro. Thank you so much for pulling this conference together. Okay. So, guys, very quickly, I will be brief, and I pray you guys will learn something from me tonight. Okay, I will be brief. It's not about how long. It's about what you are living with tonight from here. Now, we're actually looking at how you can earn your first million, or even if you've already made your first million by mistake or what you call luck as a student, how you can be able to sustain your income at that level. That's what we are going to be looking at tonight. Okay, so guys, pay close attention. Pay close attention. Like I said, I wouldn't be taking much of our time. Okay, now let me start by saying this. As a student, I also understand that most persons here are not students, but particularly this meeting is targeted for undergraduates, for students. Now, as a student, your core assignment is to be successful in school. Your core assignment as a student is to pass your exams. That is your core assignment. That is your major assignment. That's the first reason why whoever that sent you to school sent you there. Not to go and make money in school, but to pass your exams, okay, and graduate with a good result. In as much as you will hear a lot of persons say, some people will tell you that your results, that your certificate is just a meal ticket, that your certificate can only afford you food. It can't afford you the kind of life you want to live. A lot of persons are saying that. That's their business. But please bear in mind that your first assignment is to be successful as a student. Now, combining your academics with business, with digital business, is a gold mine. And it is something that anybody can do. It is something that anybody can do. Particularly when you look around today, you will observe that most persons, you answer sir online. Most persons that are really pulling in some dangerous figures online are undergraduates. And they're not doing that because ASU is on strike or because they are on strike or whatever. They are doing that because they've mastered the art of being successful in school and also the art of being successful as a business person or as a digital entrepreneur. Let me leave with you guys 3 points, just 3 points before I go into how you can be able to build a brand or a business as a student. The first thing I'm going to be telling you guys tonight is this. If you are going to make money as a student in school, you must first decide to make your business work, but not at the expense of your studies. You must decide, you must make that decision to make whatever it is you want to sell, whatever kind of business you want to create, you must make a decision to make it work, but not at the expense of your academics, not at the expense of your schooling. Number two, back to number one. The reason is this. Most persons who are not successful in school are not also successful as business people. You may argue, but time will tell. Most persons who find it difficult to excel in school will also excel in business or any other stuff they want to do. So you must make that decision to watch your business grow and succeed, but not at the expense of your academics. The second thing I will leave you with before I go back to what I want to talk about tonight is this. You must learn to patiently follow a process that works. You must learn to patiently follow a process that works. If you must build a sustainable digital business as a student, you must make up your mind to follow a process that works. Listen, guys, whatever kind of result you envy today that cannot be traced to a genuine process is scam. Most persons you watch and you admire them, you wish to have their kind of results. You wish to live like them. You wish to be like them. If you cannot trace the results they've accumulated over time, if you can't trace it to a genuine process, if you can't trace it to a genuine process that is backed up with time, just know that it is scam. And you can't build your life around scamming people. You can't. Okay, I know why I'm saying this ahead of time. Because you observe that most persons that are students, they crave for money. They crave for the kind of results that any other person have. They crave for these things. They crave for it. But they don't understand that whatever that is good follows a due and diligent process. So if whatever kind of result that is propelling you to become a digital business person cannot be traced to a genuine process, please retrace your steps. Okay? Because you can't build a life scamming people. I know I'm repeating this because most persons who are students are always vulnerable to scam. They are either scamming people or people are scamming them because they are always in need of money. Either they are scamming people or they are becoming prey to scammers. But whichever way, if it cannot be traced to a genuine process, it is a scam. Back out. You need to consider this before deciding whether you want to become a digital business person or not as a student. Number 3, your mindset. Guys, if you must become a business person who is a student and who will be a successful business person as a student, you must first renew your mindset to accept the possibilities that you can do this despite you being in school. You must renew and transform your mindset to believe that making money is not a respecter of your age, is not a respecter of you being a student at that particular time. You must change your mindset to accept that possibility. You must learn to believe that it is not a function of your age. I have seen 15 years old people who sat under me, learned, and became millionaires within 2 years. I have seen 17 years old people who sat under me, learned, and became millionaires within a space of time. I have seen people who are 60 years old come to learn from me, and after 2 weeks, they quit. They have nothing to show for it. So you must learn to believe that this thing does not follow your age. This thing does not respect how old you are. Like I always tell my mentees, if you think you are too young, to make money, you will soon wake up one day and then you will realize that you become too old to become wealthy or to become rich. If you think you are too young to make money, you will wake up one day to realize that you become too old to be rich. And if you think you still have enough time, because you are in school, you should also bear in mind that life is short. You don't have eternity to outlive all you want to do on earth. You don't. Life can be eternal, but you don't have eternity to make marks on earth. You don't have eternity. You don't have eternity to accumulate money that will be okay for you and the next generation you will leave behind. You don't have eternity to do that. So you should also grow a mindset of approaching things with urgency. Approaching things with urgency. I don't mean you should go and scam people. Balance it. Oh. You approach things with urgency and then you follow due process. Okay? Now, guys, as a student, how can you earn your first million? As a student, how can you live above SAPA? How can you live above urgent 2K? How can you live above waiting for pocket money always and graduate into sending money home once in a while? How? How can you start living the life of your dreams? Because without money, you can't live the life of your dreams. Forget what I will tell you, money is not everything. That is true. Money is not everything, but without money, you can't live the life of your dreams. How can you be able to make that money even while you are in school? The first thing you should consider is this. Ask yourself this question: what can you offer? What can you offer? What can I give to people in exchange for their money? This is a question you should ask yourself genuinely and then answer yourself genuinely. Why I say you should ask yourself this question genuinely is because you might see me today that I'm a copywriter and I'm making good money as a copywriter. And then you might look at your other neighbor who is a graphic designer or who is a voiceover artist or who is whatever he or she wants to be. And you feel, if I can do this same thing, I will be as rich as this person within the next 3 months, within the next 2 years. If you follow it that way, you may end up not succeeding. When you think of what you can offer, think of things that can come to you with ease. Think of things that you can have passion for. Think of things that you can be able to defend, even if they wake you up, or even if you are dreaming, and then you are asked a question about something, you can happily defend it. Think of such things. What can you offer to people with ease? Listen, the money you are looking for can only be gotten on the standpoint of exchange of value. The money you are looking for thrives on the wings of exchanged value, not just on the wings of value, but exchanged value is a trade by barter system. You give me your money, I give you something that is as valuable as your money. You give me your money, I give you something that is as valuable as your money that you need. So ask yourself, what can I offer to people? What can I offer to a set of people, and they will easily and happily give me their money? Let me tell you a little story. When I started out online in 2020, before then, I used to work as a secondary school teacher. And in the last school where I worked, they had a JAM CBT center, and I was privileged to be allowed to also work in the JAM center. So I had access to students. I had access to students who wanted to become undergraduates. I have access to students who are still growing within the secondary school level. I had access to students, to these children. Now, these children trust me with ease because I'm their teacher. When I came online, I started looking for how to make money. The first question I asked myself is, what can I offer to this community of students? What can I offer to them? Which is exactly the same question I'm asking you now, to always ask yourself, if you've not started anything yet, what can I offer? Now, I realized that most of the JAM students, once they are done writing their JAM exam, they will come back to ask questions. They will come back to ask, sir, I scored 120 in JAM. What kind of school should I apply for? And they will give me admission. with my 120 jam score. I realized that most of them will score 250, and they are like, sir, I feel like changing my course because I applied for medicine and surgery, but I can't get it. What do I apply for? I observed that these people are always coming to me for advice. What did I do? I created a product that will answer or solve that particular problem for them while they give me their money. So instead of you coming to me to ask me, sir, what do I do? I created a consultation platform where these people can come to me, pay 5,000 naira all through the period they are looking for admission for that particular year. So they can, once you pay the 5,000 naira, you have access to me, you have access to ask me questions. What do I change to? What my jam score is this, what do I do? My WAEC, I've heard economists, what do I go for? Questions that are related to their school stuff. I created something that will solve that problem for them. The shocking thing was that within the first month, 50 persons paid me 5,000 naira each, and that was 250K. That was the first bulk money I made online. That brings me back to the first question. What can you offer? What can you do with ease? What can you offer? Listen, guys, whatever you decide to offer might come in the form of a skill or a service. It might come in the form of a skill or a service. Like the example I gave first, it was in the form of a service. I rendered a service to them. I created a digital service that will solve their problem, and then they get me their money. So you should ask yourself, what can I offer? Can I do I have a skill, or can I learn a skill that I can offer to these people in exchange for their money? Or can I create a service from what I can do with ease in exchange for their money? You need to ask yourself that question. Because the way some of you go about saying, I don't have any skill and I cannot offer anything, I'm wondering what your problem is. You don't have a skill, you can't offer anything. Are you normal? Because some persons will walk straight into my inbox or into some other person's inbox begging for money. And as they are begging for money, they will tell you, sir, I'm just a student trying to survive. I have nothing to offer. I have nothing to sell. I have no skill. If you can help me with 5,000 naira, I would really appreciate. Hello, you have something to offer. Look deeply inwards. If you don't have a skill, or if you don't have money to go learn a skill, there must be a service that will start you up. Now listen, guys. While you are thinking of what you can offer, ask yourself this question again. When you have come up with what you can offer, ask yourself this question. This thing I am about to offer to this set of people, does it have commercial value? Does it have commercial value? Does it have commercial value? Can people willingly pay for it? Listen, you can wake up tomorrow morning and create a video on how to drink water on YouTube, and people will watch. But you can never create a product and call it how to drink water, be it a podcast, be it whatever it is, and then place a price tag on it and people will buy. We've been drinking water right from when they get back to us till today. And now you want to teach us how to drink water. If you create a YouTube video on that, we will watch, because we want to check if we are truly stupid or you are stupid. But if you place money on it, we are not going to pay you. So you must learn to ask yourself, this thing I want to offer to these guys, does it have commercial value? Can they pay for it? Is it something that will move them to bring out the money they kept somewhere to learn or to solve their problem? Is it? Ask yourself that question. When you settle that particular one, the next thing you should ask yourself, this is for those who are going for skill, not service, or okay, generally, whether skill or service, you should learn skills that will help you sell whatever you decide to offer. You should learn skills that can help you sell whatever you've decided to offer. Back to the story I told you earlier. 50 persons didn't just wake up and get me 5,000 naira. I learned copywriting, and I learned how to move people to take action using their words. Sorry, using my words. I learned it. I took time to learn. I took time to write my copies. And within 1 month, the first 1 month, 50 persons came. I learned a skill that is relevant in helping me market what I have decided to offer. I am saying this because after that, most persons will go and create products that they wish to sell, and they will be thinking in their head, once I push this thing out, last, even if it's the least 100 persons, they will pay. I must make 100K this month, and 5 years will pass you by. You can't account for 200,000 naira. You must be devoted to learn skills that will help you sell whatever you've decided to offer. I'm saying you should learn because I believe that most persons who are students, who are just trying to start out, may not have the money to hire those who have acquired those skills that will help them sell their offer. If you want to hire me to help you sell your offer as a copywriter, me, I will charge you. I will not do charity. If you tell me you are a student that you can't afford to pay me, but please, I should help you, that one is your business. I will snub you. Hello? I didn't say behind your back. I will snub you. I will snub you. With everything I've got, I will snub you. Okay? So if you can't afford to hire those with the skills needed, learn the skills. YouTube is there for you. You can start with YouTube, or you can look for people who have mastered these skills and have low offer classes that will teach you these things and learn. Now, the second thing I'll talk about is this. The first thing is, what can you offer? The second thing is this. Learn the business of your skill or whatever you are offering. Learn the business of your skill or whatever you are offering. Listen, guys. It is one thing to have a skill. It is also a different thing entirely to understand how to sell and market your skill. Learning a skill will only make you valuable in the eyes of a set of people who needs the skill or who values what you have. But the only thing that can make a difference in your bank account is your understanding of how to sell the skill you've acquired. It is one thing to be a graphic designer. It is also a different thing entirely to understand in exchange for the skills you've acquired. It is one thing to be a copywriter, and it is also another thing to understand what it will take to bring in clients that will pay you your worth, that will pay you your worth as a copywriter. When I started online, I do source for clients who will ask me to write articles, who will ask me to write sales copies and all of that for them at 0.5 naira per word. Some will tell me 1 naira per word, and I will kill myself the whole day writing, kill myself the whole month writing, and nothing to show for it. It took me time to understand that having this skill is one thing, understanding how to sell and where to sell is a different thing. It took me time. So now, you walk up to me and tell me to write something for you at 2 naira per word. You must be joking. Because as you are calling me and you are saying 2 naira per word, I will end the call. I will not even tell you I cannot do. I will end the call. If you are sending a message on WhatsApp, I will read the message so you'll be sure I saw it, and I will snub you. Why? I have mastered where I can get people that will pay me as much as $1,000 for just a few words. have mastered that. Just this year alone, one of my accounts on Fiverr, one of my gigs in one of my accounts on Fiverr, haven't done minimum $1,000 from January to last month. Minimum $1,000. The simple hack is this: you must understand the difference between your skill and also learning the business of your skill. It is learnable. Learn it. Learn it. Learn it. I don't care whether you're a student or you have school books to read. If you must succeed at this thing, you should learn to give time to your school and also learn to give time to what will make your business work. The first thing I said before I started talking was this: you should first decide to make your business work, but not at the expense of your academics. Learning to make it work implies that you should get the relevant skills and also understand what it will take to market it, and also understand where to market it. If you understand where to sell whatever you are offering, and who to sorry, my network went off. Okay, so listen, guys. What was I saying, sir? I was talking about you understanding how and where to sell.
Exactly.
Sell your skill. Yeah. Now listen, guys. When you understand where to get high-profile paying clients, you can easily decide to outsource the clients, or to build a team that can do the same thing you can do. So when you get the high-paying clients, let's say the client pays you $1,000 for something, you outsource to your team. Your team will work on it. Then you can pay them a percentage. By that, you will have enough money, and you will still focus on your studies. But the reason why most students, their academics are suffering, and yet the money they cannot see, is because they've decided on what to sell. They've decided on the product to create, but they don't know where to sell and who to sell to that will pay them enough money they think they are worth. So they are struggling with their school, they are struggling to read their school books, and they are struggling to deliver the jobs they've collected. Why? Because the money is small. I've been there before. On my own end, I hardly write copies. I'm a copywriter, no doubt. I hardly write these days. I will only write when you are paying me well. If you are bringing a normal job with a normal money, I have a team of 10 persons already that I work with since last year. So as we are bringing in, that the good evening, no, that the need I greet. Good evening, sir. So when we are bringing in the job, I outsource the job to my team. They do the job, and when they are done with the job, I pay them off. Everybody is good, and I use my time for some other stuff. So if I were to be a student now, I will still have time to read and pass my exams. But when the client is not paying well, I can't afford to pay somebody else to do the job. Even if I decide to pay someone else to do the job, I will underpay them, and they will do a nonsense job for me. Because most times, how you appreciate people working with you will motivate them to go the extra mile to do an excellent and a detailed job for you. I am not among those that will tell you that you don't need money to get loyal staff. I am not among the class of people that will tell you that. See, you will not enjoy the loyalty of your employees if you're not treating them well. If you're not paying them well, you won't enjoy enough loyalty. Treat them well, pay them well, and they will give you their best. I've been there before. Those days when we were in secondary school teaching, they will owe us. Month we finish, they will pay us by the 15th of the next month. Every teacher will come to school, they will squeeze their face, they will be maltreating the students. Me personally, I will give assignments and you will not do it. I will flog you 12. I will punish you. I will so punish you because they are owing me. Not only me, me and others. Everybody will be squeezing their face. You understand? The same applies here. So you should understand the business of your skill, learn where and how to attract those that will pay you your worth, so that if you decide to outsource, you can get capable hands that will deliver the job, and you pay them well, and you are also okay. I have no problem paying those that work with me 50% of whatever we make. I have no problem. Because at the end of the whole stuff, I'm not stressed. I have my time for other things. I'm not stressed. They are the ones doing the job and they are delivering their best. Okay? Number three, finally, learn to deliver on your promises. Learn to deliver on your promises. You see, guys, most persons who are students, one thing that is always undoing them is this: let me just build something online that can feed me while I am in school. When I graduate, I will get a high-paying job. So they tend to trivialize opportunities that can set them up for life. They tend to joke with people. They tend to joke with clients that can change their life forever. Because of this single mindset that I am a student. Let me just do this for now. Let me occupy till I graduate. Let me be doing this thing for now. So when I graduate, I can go shoot for jobs and dump this online stuff. It is draining my energy. Listen, guys, you should learn. Make it a duty. Make it a principle. Make it a law. Whatever you want to call it, make it whatever it is, to deliver on your promises. If you tell them you are going to get this, give them this plus extra. Wow them. Wow them. Wow them. Always over-deliver on your promises. The reason is this. We are talking about how you can earn your first million, even as a student. The reason is this. The first set of people that will pay you money will not make you your first million. You need them to come back. And for them to come back and keep paying you, even if they come back and pay you again, and then you accumulate your first million, you need them to keep coming back. You need more persons to keep coming, so that you can sustain your income at that level or even do more. And one of the ways you can do that is by building a brand around whatever you do. And you cannot have a brand if people cannot trust you. If people cannot mention your name even in their sleep, and they're like, go to Jacob, I can trust him at any point in time to always deliver whenever you give him a dime. If they cannot trust you, you have no business. Hunger will soon begin to catch you. Hunger will catch you with time. One of the ways you build trust is by delivering on your promises. I was talking to a few persons this afternoon, and I told them something which I even posted on my WhatsApp status. I said one of the worst that can happen to anybody who is a digital entrepreneur is for people to drag your name everywhere on social media, and they are calling you scam. You won't survive it. You won't. Even if they are not calling your name directly and they are calling your brand scam, if you like create another brand, they will still call you scam again. You do this thing by building trust. You only build trust when people can rely on you. People cannot rely on you when you cannot deliver on whatever you promise them. It is not about creating products or offers, and then you are pricing your offers for 1,000 naira so that it can be affordable. People don't trust you because it is affordable. No, people trust you because even though it is affordable, you give them more than what they are paying for. You give them, even if you don't do more, you give them exactly what you say you will give them. You see all these things people are doing. What I ordered versus what I got, avoid it. You will wreck yourself. You will destroy yourself even before you know it. I know why I'm hammering on this point because I said it earlier that most persons who are students, one thing that drives them is quick money. So because of that quick money, they are either prey to scammers or they are the scammers themselves. Don't let that ruin you. Because even if it eventually does, and then it drives you out of the digital space, the person you are going offline to meet might still be the person you you scammed online. It might still be the same person you promised that when he or she does this thing for you, when he or she gives you this amount of money, that you will over deliver, and then you refuse to deliver, and now you're coming to do for a job. He or she will ask you, when I paid you 2,000 naira for something, you did nonsense. How can I trust you now to work with me? How? Okay, I have said quite a number of stuff. I'm going to be stopping here. It's been an amazing night, guys. I'm going to be stopping here. And I believe you guys got something tonight. I have already overstretched my time by 6 minutes. Thank you so much, guys. And I believe you got value for your time. Thank you so much for coming around. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate.
Thank you, sir. We are really excited having you here.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. I'm free to go back. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome, Monday. Thank you so much. Thank you, Monday.
Okay, sir. So I learned a whole lot from your section. Like it was really, I had to just kind of sit down and think. Like, you know, lots of stuff you said, and I love the way you stressed out something. Like you took time to stress out some of these things of learning the business of your skill, because it's totally a different thing that so many persons don't know. Most speakers have actually been saying skill, but yeah, it's really true that you need to learn the business of your skill, because it's a different thing. It's actually a different thing to be able to provide, be able to design graphics, for instance, and be able to create a brand, a product, or an irresistible offer out of it. Okay, guys, sorry for that interruption. Sir Innocent, I don't know whether you're here. You're still here.
Yes, I am here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. One more.
So
Ha!
I want to ask you. I want, I want to ask you a question.
Let me. Okay, okay,
I want to
okay.
ask you a question. So there's a common challenge, right? I'm an undergraduate, and on the online space, so it's a big deal, right? Um, I try my best on my own end, but to other persons, I don't know whether you did this stuff like when you were an undergraduate, whether you were on the online space, right? So, what are the things you really need to have to combine and combine well? Yeah, like combining well both sides, academics, online stuff, and do both well to a good extent. So the speaker we had before you was like she wasn't an undergraduate. When she was an undergraduate, sorry, she wasn't aware of digital skills. Yeah. And one other speaker said, if you're into this stuff, you're likely not going to graduate with the first class. So this is a challenge. It's a normal challenge. How do you combine so you could combine well? I'd love to hear your opinion. If you were to advise anybody listening, advise undergraduates on how they could combine well. Yeah. So over to you.
Okay,
Did
okay.
you get my
First,
question?
yeah, like you're asking how someone can be able to combine academics with working on in the online
Yeah.
space, right? Okay, let me put it this way. One of the most difficult stuff I know that people let me say one of the most difficult skill people can actually acquire is stuff like web development or software development, because it is actually time consuming, right? It is really time consuming.
Yeah.
Now,
Very,
my
very.
own sister, for instance, is learning software development or whatever as a student, and she still
I
has.
didn't get you there.
Okay, I said let me use my own sister as a case study. For instance, she's learning I think software development. She's a student
Okay.
in second year now, and her CGP is actually 4.7, and she's still learning.
I can hear you. Go on.
All these things boils down to time management. I know you are busy as a student, lectures here and there, but you can actually create time. You go to school, you read. It will take you forever to learn a skill. 1 hour every day into your business can actually make a huge difference in the next 2 months. And as a student, if you decide to create a product you want to sell, you can create products that doesn't really require your time. Like for instance, I do more of classes. Okay, I show up, I teach. So as a student, you know you are busy. You can create products that you can sell even without you being involved directly. Like ebooks, you host it on Seller. So once you just come around, you write your copies, you have your landing pages, you do your adverts, people just click and buy, and then they have the stuff. Okay, you can these things are easy. The only thing that can take you time
Okay.
is the learning process. And like I've said, 1 hour every day, which you can afford. Any student can afford 1 hour every day to read something else. 1 hour every day can make a difference. When I was in school, I was not into any digital business per se. But when I was in school, I was a student pastor. Even as a student pastor, I have time to read books. When I mean books, not reading like once in 1 week. I read books, not school books. So I buy books and I read daily. I have time for prayers, serious prayers. If I show you my time record book those days, I give 3 hours for Bible study and prayers daily as a student. And it didn't change the fact that I was a student. It's all about time management. Just structure your time well. Even if you don't have time during the day, manage your night well. Just bring out 1 hour. You are good to go. If you can do more than 1 hour, cool.
Hello, sir. Sorry for the interruption. My network logged me out. So,
Okay.
if I got to you, you said manage your time well, dedicate some hours.
Yeah.
Truly, I was listening to something one of the days, and they were like, if you could just dedicate an hour every day to a skill or your craft, in the next 10 years, you're going to be among the experts. It's actually more easier said than done, but it's the truth. Yeah. So I also got you said create offers that are less time consuming. So like ebooks, like courses. So instead of you hosting classes, you could just create one-time offers whereby you write books and you always sell it out every time you come, you advertise. And that was one
Yeah.
of the advice my sister gave me when I entered school. She was like, I stop hosting classes because it can be more time consuming and you might not be able to but you can resell a course or a book. So I think we'll call it a day with you, Sahir. I'm grateful. I'm really excited having you. I think it's the first time we're having we're on a program together. We have not I've
Yeah.
not stayed with you before, and I've seen you around. I've seen you around, and you're doing really well. So thank you so much, sir.
You're
Um,
welcome there.
we've learned a whole lot from you, and I love your energy. I want to compliment that you have this enthusiasm that is so strong. I'm coming to connect with you on a deeper level to expect more master. Like seriously, I need this
Thank you so
kind
much.
of
Yeah.
vibes.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, like I felt it from you. So
Thank you so much.
very
Thank you so
innocent.
much.
Are you here? You're welcome.
Okay there. Okay there. Take care.
Okay, now bye. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
So guys, I trust you guys are learning so much this night, and okay, I trust you guys are learning so much and taking notes and taking action steps, as I said, because it's not just about learning. It's about taking action. And one of the things action steps does for you is to help you, you know, be more effective. So, for instance, if you say, I'm going to do so thing, it sounds big. Okay, let's say I'm going to start reading. It sounds hectic in your brain. Yeah. The more vague something is, the less effective and the less enthusiasm you will have towards that thing. Do you understand? So, okay, it looks like I'm not speaking loudly. Let me shout. So the more the more vague something is, the less enthusiasm and the less effective you'll be because your brain works with clarity, right? So when you take actionable steps, as I say, learn about this, learn about that, learn about investment, instead of just having it in your mind, you say, okay, I'm going to start with this, then this, then this. Okay, I'm going to start reading a book on this, and this is when I'm going to start. That's one of the things I do in my classes very, very well. Action steps, like my courses have action steps. I don't just give you um something to do. You write down action steps. So that's what you should do for yourself right here and now. Allocate time, um allocate time and allocate time like space in your schedules to accommodate these new things you're learning, right? So very innocent. Are you still here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Good evening, everyone. Thanks to our moderator for tonight, the ever amazing mindset engineer. Thank you for taking out time. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule to be here with us all through. We are grateful. We're grateful.
It's my
Thank you.
pleasure being here. I had a great
And to
time.
our
For sure.
speakers and to everyone who showed up for this summit, um, I don't, but I believe God is giving me a bigger vision for this summit. Ha, Rema, Rabba, Sheikh.
Yeah, dude.
I need to go and pray about this. I'm not showing my face. You guys should pardon me. But God is giving
Why?
me a bigger Rema.
Okay.
Do you want to see my face?
I don't want to see your face. Let's go.
What?
What?
Okay. So that being said, all that has happened, we call this event close. Yeah. I want to thank everyone who contributed in some way to the success of this event, the copywriters, content creators, graphics designers. I'm immensely grateful to you all. Thanks to you all, and God bless you. So, with that being said, we're calling this event a close in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Okay, guys, we'll call it tonight. Have a great night and a productive week ahead. Gotcha.
Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how to make your first million even as a student. Meet the 9 industry experts who would be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentino Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikba, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Davisi, Ianu Olua Ileson, and the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside.
Good evening, sir.